What's going on, guys? Just out in some mountains, man. Skiing. Apologies for the music. I don't want to call it bad music, but I really dislike that song. Playing in the background. Got headphones in to try and make the audio as good as possible. Lifts have finished for the day. I spent my day hiking. I summited the mountain here from the village to the top of the mountain. I rented some snow boots. Check that on my Strava. 1,200 meters of ascent. That's about 4,000 feet. Took about 3 hours straight up in snow, and I think it was a good day. And then I got some skiing at the end. Anyway, sorry, I'll get to it. Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor. Wow, what a fight! No surprise, motherfucker. As Nate said, no, definitely was a bit of surprise. His path to victory, in hindsight, was a good one. Great chin. Nate can take a punch. That weight helped him take a punch from Conor. Conor certainly looked strong, but not the stamina that he usually has. He always says, I can go all day. And at that weight, bigger muscles, and I know from experience my weight fluctuates, or has fluctuated a lot in the past. It still fluctuates depending on diet, training, etc. But at that size, punching that power, punched himself out too early. He looked fatigued. It was quite sad to see him so drained so early on. Not that we really get to see him go that far normally, but even in the Chad Mendes fight, he went to the second round and he looked fresh the whole way through the second round. He never looked like he tied in the Nate fight. I think Nate caught him. Nate's boxing was on point. Outboxed Conor. Conor shot for a takedown. Panic mode, man. Saw the panic mode kick in. He was rocking Nate, and Nate wasn't dropping with those shots. He was trying to hit that uppercut. Tried that capoeira kick a few times and just couldn't quite hit it cleanly. And realised too late he had to pace himself. I do think, now I said before, Nate's not a vegan. I don't think he is 100% vegan. I think he eats fish. There was an embedded leading up to the last fight with Michael Johnson where he said he's mostly vegan. There is a video that is going around and all the vegans are bumming the fact that he's a vegan. But he is mostly vegan. And in the embedded for this episode, he said, eat your vegetables, and he was in Whole Foods in Vegas. I know that Whole Foods well, in Vegas, shopping. And so he definitely gets the vegan message. He promotes vegetables as a good lifestyle. But I don't think he's vegan himself. But I was a bit saddened to see all the vegans, just the vegan attitude towards this, all the vegans kicking off, going, oh my God, the vegan beat the meat eater, look, vegans are better, vegan power. I really dislike the phrase vegan power, by the way. I really dislike that phrase. I may have said it, I may have done things in the past to that, so it is, but I do not like that phrase. I wear vegan, I represent vegan. I like to represent that I'm a vegan on the shirt when I run, things like that. I have the subtle vegan message with Ethics and Antics, Vegan Nagiv. But in terms of vegan power, no. If meat eaters, every time a meat eater beat a vegan, they boosted and bragged about it, we'd be done. That would not prevent anything. If being a vegan, I don't think that proved that vegans are better than meat eaters. I don't think it proves they're better athletes than meat eaters. Nate Diaz was a better fighter. There's so much more technicalities than what the guy's eating that goes into the fight. I do think Nate's stamina was better. I think there is a factor. All the little things you do add up to that make the victory, which is an important factor. It did look like Conor was heavier. It looked like a good thing, but obviously the stamina did burn out. It may have been a factor, absolutely may have been a factor, but I'm not going to go on and say, look, the vegan beat the meat eater, vegans are better, look, you guys are wrong. I guess that the point they're saying is towards Joe Rogan, who said vegans can't be top athletes. It sort of is good for showing that. But so many vegans that don't understand MMA, bragging about this, boasting about this, I think that's sad. I think we need to calm down. And it pisses me off when vegans brag against meat eaters and in this us versus them mentality. Like, we're just one little clique. Like, there's no... People just live sometimes on YouTube and they're vegan, and all they watch is YouTube videos of other vegans and they think that's the world and they can't see why other people don't get it. There's not much understanding. But we got to be more understanding. And this us versus them, the vegan beat the meat eater mentality, I really dislike it, man. I dislike it. I woke up the next day feeling like the world was different when Conor lost. Not in a bad way, not in a good way. It was just different. It's interesting. I'm like a kid, man. I'm like a kid in so many ways. I like to have my heroes from time to time. Someone that inspires you, you know. And it's not always top athletes inspire me. You guys inspire me as well. People tweet me, say I started running because of you. I just ran 5K. People are like, oh, it took me 35 minutes and not as fast as you. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. The fact that you went out and did 5K, that's amazing. You guys inspire me. There's a little tangent anyway. But Conor inspires me, still does. Took the fight in short notice. No other fighter, not no other fighter, but there's not many other fighters that do that. If their opponent pulls out, they'll wait for the right time, the right fight. He just said, yeah, let's fight. He's a fighter's fighter, as is Nate. They got it on. It was an exciting matchup. And he lost to Nate, who had as I said previously, had nothing to lose. Part of Conor's strategy is mental warfare, and the real martial artists, proper martial artists, can defend their brain as well, and Nate didn't bite. Nate didn't bite. He threw insults back, but he never really was emotionally invested in it. You could tell he wasn't, and he had nothing to lose. It was a big paycheck for him. Came in off no camp, which had made even less pressure, and that helped. It paid dividends in the end. He won with a great submission. When a fighter's fighting like Conor, in the beginning they have like A, B, C, D options to go to. I heard this from Luke Thomas, and it made a lot of sense. A, B, C, D, E. Conor's got his big punches, his spin kicks, his teeps to the body, all this. And when you get tired, you lose D and C, and you end up with just A and B, and then just A. And Conor got tired for the second round, eating shots from Nate. You saw him wobble, chin that normally holds out, couldn't take the shots from the bigger guy, fighting 2 weights above his division. From Nate, Nate could take the shots. And he shot for a takedown, couldn't, and it was a mistake, because he's, especially against a jiu-jitsu master like Nate Diaz, who's a Gracie black belt, jiu-jitsu in the Gracie Academy. Which was spectacular. It's exciting, the most exciting sport. It's not like if you're watching football and Man U was supposed to play Arsenal, and then Arsenal pulled out the game, and then everyone's going, oh, who's going to play the game now? Oh, they're going to play Chelsea. Oh my God, they get to play. Like, this is what UFC is for me. It's exciting because someone pulls out, you get to see who they're going to fight, and then they match up. And compared to boxing, it's harder to be. There's a lot more things you've got to look out for than boxing. So the people's records aren't as clean. You don't have as many undefeated fighters. You know, Rousey lost. Recently, McGregor just lost. Who's McGregor going to fight next? I guess defend the 145 belt is probably the smart option. It would be nice to see him fight Rafael dos Anjos at 155, but maybe they'll give that shot to Nate now. It's exciting times. Misha Tate fight was incredible. To beat Holly Holm like that, you saw the patience she fought with. It was great. But yeah, just wanted to give my 2 cents on that. I see all my Facebook and YouTube feed was littered with these vegans bragging at the loss of someone else like it was the veganism that made the guy win. He was a better fighter. It may be one element, absolutely maybe one element. And for me, personally, as an athlete, I feel better as a vegan. I improved as a vegan. I became more efficient, which was to Conor's point, that he said Nate was a more efficient fighter. And my body became more efficient. Nate is a really efficient fighter anyway, and he's got stamina, triathlete, Ironman athlete. He could imagine if he was an Ironman athlete and not a vegan, or not as vegan as he is, then he would have done as well, I think. Veganism, for me, made me better. I won't tell someone that you'll be a better athlete if you're vegan, but I'll say you'll be as good as. You might be better. Conor's Instagram post said he's still going to eat steaks, which I think I think that could have been the lesson. I'm not saying that is the lesson for him here, but that could have been the lesson. The lesson for him could have been just, why he's trying to prove something. Before, maybe he was trying to prove stuff before, but there was more purity with it. But now it got to a point where he's trying to, a subtle change, a subtle shift in his energy for this fight, a subtle shift in his energy. He's playing out the motions again, the mental warfare, where maybe he could have changed a little. But hey, people learn. I don't know what the lesson is here, but maybe that was it. I think if you eat in as many meals as he was claiming to be eating before a fight, here's one point. I always liked when he was fighting at 145 and he looked really lean, like a real skinny, lean athlete. And people said he looked like death on the scales. I just thought he looked more spiritual, man. Like a lean guy, fasting. Anyone that fasts, I think that's, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but I feel like it brings about a good karma because you're controlling that gluttonous element. which is one of the most underrated things in our society. I think we're all addicted to food. And when you're fasting, it takes you places. And I think that fighting at 145 and having to go through that and the commitment put him to a better place as an athlete, mentally, physically, everything, and not having to fast and then boasting about the food that he was eating. I think that changed the tide on him. But again, this is all speculation. It's all speculation. Just the way I see things. Just wanted to give that. A lot of people were really asking me for this video. It's 10 minutes now, and just enjoying the sunset. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I just released the Barcelona vlog on my setups part 2 on my main channel. I think that's the best vlog I've done so far. I'm finding my flow with that. If you haven't checked that out, please check that out. Yeah, stay tuned. I'll try and get videos up when I can. A bit slow on the Wi-Fi here, though. I love you all. Peace out.